So last night I was settling down for the night, just flipping through some YouTube stuff, and came across this guy, a comedian. He was hysterical. So I grew up in the days of Johnny Carson with his sidekick Ed McMahon, and they would have people like Jackie Dangerfield, Rodney Dangerfield, Jackie Mason, Joan Rivers, and Phyllis Diller, and people like that just were so funny and knew how to tell jokes. And they knew how to tell jokes without having to use profanity every other word. I used to love to watch them. They'd come on like 11:30, and be on for maybe an hour and a half. Nowadays, the late night shows aren't funny at all. They're all just out there making political statements, only having certain people on. But I was just thinking those people over the last 4 years would have been canceled. Absolutely canceled, because they were offensive. So last night, this guy, he told jokes about every race, every nationality, every origin, everybody. And his audience was made up of every type of people. And it was interesting. And he did use some profanity, which I try to avoid personally. But I laughed so much. He was so funny. And yet, a year ago, 2 years ago, he mentioned that he had been canceled. People tried to cancel him. And it was interesting that the only person throughout the entire audience, which was huge, that was offended was a white woman close to the front that started yelling at him because he told a joke about a black person. And she was totally offended. And he looked around and he said, "Do you see all these black people in here that are laughing hysterically?" So I think my point in this is, yes, we need to be careful, but comedy is about poking and, teasing a little bit. And it's just a joke, as he kept saying. They're just jokes. He personally was married to a Hispanic woman happily for years. And it just was funny that the only person that was offended was a white woman. And he said, what's the beauty about that? You can leave. There's the door. Anyway, but I will say I do miss the old Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon shows. And I wish we would get back to that. Anyway, those are just some of my thoughts, and I share those. Let me know what you think. All right, have a blessed day.